I'm going to be preparing a Nutty Peach Blueberry Cobbler. Now, we've got peaches everywhere around here. If I go to the grocery store, the farmer's market, they're big and beautiful. Now, you'll be surprised how easy this recipe is to prepare, and I know you're going to love it. Today, I'm going to show you how to make it step by step. So let's get started. So I'm ready to prepare my fruit. I have 5 large peaches right here, see? And they're beautiful and they're ready to go. I have 1.5 cups of fresh blueberries. Now you want to make sure that your fruit is nice and clean before you get started. 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, and I'm going to be using a little zest of this lemon, and 1/4 cup of sugar. Now I'm going to cut an X on my peaches right on top because this will be easier to peel, see? And then you can just peel them like this. So I'll mark them all with an X. So now that I've marked them all, I'm going to prepare my blueberries. I'm going to put in my teaspoon of lemon juice. I'm going to add some zest of this lemon. This will bring out the delicious flavor in all your fruit. Doesn't take a lot. Just a little bit like this. And that's good. I'm going to add my sugar. And I'm just going to toss it around this. Make sure that all the blueberries are nice and coated with the lemon juice and the sugar. And that's it. Super easy. Now I'm going to set my blueberries aside and we can head to the stove with the peaches. Now I'm going to be using this Dutch oven, and as you can see, my water is boiling. You want to have enough water in here to be able to submerge your peaches. I'm going to put them in very carefully. One at a time like this. Be very careful with the boiling water. And I'm only going to leave them in here about 45 seconds because that's what's going to help us remove the skin. Now, some people like to peel them. I like to put them in the boiling water. I just think it works a lot faster. Now, as you can see, I've got this big bowl with water and lots of ice in here, and it's very cold. As soon as the 45 seconds are up, I'm going to transfer my peaches over here to stop the cooking process. So my 45 seconds are up. I'm going to turn off the heat and I'm going to remove them. And I'm going to put them right here in my icy water. Now I'm going to let them sit in here and in the icy water until they're real nice and cool. See how easy it comes off? And I'm just going to continue doing this until I get them all peeled. So I have removed all the skin, see? Now I'm ready to slice them. You want to slice them, start from right here, and then just go all the way around like that. And put them into your bowl. Now don't worry about it if some of the slices break up a little bit. They'll be just perfect in your cobbler. And I'm done slicing all my peaches. They're beautiful. Look at this. I'm going to clean up my area and head to the stove. So I'm ready to prepare my peaches, and I'm going to be using this deep saucepan. I'm going to add all my peaches in here. I'm going to add 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, about 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a good pinch of nutmeg. Now I'm going to stir this around about 3 minutes until we have a beautiful syrup. I want to make sure that the sugar dissolves real nice in here. Now you don't want to leave them alone because you don't want them to burn. So my timer just went off. It's exactly 3 minutes. I'm going to turn off the heat. Look at this beautiful syrup. Oh, this is going to be good. Now I'm going to put my peaches into this bowl. I'm going to let them sit here until I'm ready to use them. So I'm ready to prepare my batter. But before I do that, I'm going to melt my butter. I'm going to be using this 9 by 13 dish. And I'm going to put in 7 tablespoons of butter in here. You want to make sure that you melt this first. So I've got my oven set at 350 degrees. I'm going to put the dish in there and let this butter melt. I'm going to prepare my batter. Today I'm going to be using self-rising flour. This is the one I'm using, White Lily self-rising flour, but you can use your favorite. I've got 1.5 cups of self-rising flour, and I'm going to add it into my bowl. I have 1.5 cups of sugar, a pinch of nutmeg. Nutmeg is so good in here. And I'm going to mix it in really good. Now I'm going to add my milk. One teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm going to whisk it really well until it's real nice and incorporated. It's going to be a little thinner than a pancake batter, but it'll be perfect. So my butter is nice and melted, and my batter is ready. Before I add my batter, I'm going to add my blueberries in here. Now normally I would put these blueberries on the stove and I would make a nice syrup out of them, just like I did the peaches. But because I'm going to put them directly on top of the butter, they will split open just beautifully when they're in the oven. So we've got our blueberries. Now I'm going to add my batter, and I'm just going to pour it on top. That's good. Now I'm going to add some pecans, and you can add as much as you want. Now this is 1/4 cup, so I'm going to add some and leave a little bit for the topping. Now I'm going to add my peaches, syrup and all. I'm going to put a few nuts on top, and I'm going to sprinkle some cinnamon. I like to be generous with my cinnamon. You can put as much as you like. And that's good. So now I'm ready to put it in the oven. I've got my oven set at 350 degrees. I'm going to set it in the center rack between 40 and 50 minutes, or until it's nice and golden and it looks perfect. So I'll see you in a little while. So my cobbler is ready. Look at this beauty right here. It's still bubbling, very hot. My cobbler was in the oven 58 minutes. But if you need 5-6 minutes, then just leave it in there until you see that it's nice and golden all the way around, that it looks perfect, just like this one. So I've got my homemade ice cream. This is vanilla ice cream, and it's absolutely delicious. See? I'll put a link below, and I'll put it up here too, if you want to make your own homemade ice cream. Now it's time to serve. Oh, look at this. Yummy, delicious. Now I'm going to put my ice cream. I've been waiting for this all day. I'm going to put this back in the freezer because I don't want it to melt. So now it's time for the taste test. I can't even begin to tell you how absolutely delicious this is. You know, I have another video where I made a peach cobbler, but I used all-purpose flour in that one. I'll put a link below so you can follow it if you'd like to go that route. Now you know that today we use self-rising flour. So now you have a choice, either one, whichever one you like. So this is my Nutty Peach Blueberry Cobbler. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up, send me a comment and tell me what you think. Thank you.